You want to know what is going to be the best GPU to buy for you in 2024? Then my friend, you clicked on the right video, because in this video I'm going to talk about the best GPUs that you can buy around your budget. Now, budget is a subjective thing. For someone, a budget GPU might be $200, or some other a budget GPU would be $500. For that reason, in this video, I collected all the data around the internet and curated a list that consists best GPUs in a certain price bracket. So let's start with $200. If you have just $200 in your pocket and you want to buy your GPU, or it may be your first gaming GPU, then I have two picks for you. First is a RX 6600 and a Intel Arc A750. Both of the GPU delivers you good performance on 1080p, and even sometimes you can push it to 1440p if you are playing mostly esports titles. So firstly, RX 6600. It's an old generation card from AMD. Currently the 7000 lineup is current gen lineup from AMD, but this really performs good, and this comes at a good price, even below $200 sometimes, and that's the reason I picked this. On the other side, Intel Arc A750. Again, it's a really decent GPU around the price. It delivers on its price, but the problem is Intel is the newest player when it comes to dedicated GPU market, and they are constantly developing and improving their GPUs. The Starfield situation with Intel GPUs, you cannot even play Starfield on the launch day, but later they have fixed that, and they are, as I said, they are constantly fixing and improving their GPUs. But what if you have $100 more? You have $300 to spare on your GPU, then you have really good option. Two options in this case, the RX 7600 and the RTX 3060. Although the RX 7600 XT exists, it costs only $30 more, but it only offers extra VRAM, 16 gigabytes to be specific. Now, if you need VRAM for your workflow, then you might go with this option. But if you don't, then I would suggest that you pick the RX 7600, the non-XT model. Now, when it comes to RTX 3060, again, it's a good GPU, it's competitive, but RX 7600 offers more value on raw rasterization performance. But when it comes to other things like DLSS and ray tracing features, if you want NVIDIA's first-party feature, or if your workflow depends on CUDA, RTX 3060 is the best option for you around the $300 price back. But what if you have $400 and now you have upped your budget significantly? You are in the mid-tier section, and in this category, most of the GPUs will give you good enough, or even sometimes really good 1440p gaming performance. And here I have three options for you: the RX 7800, the RX 7700 XT, and the 4060 Ti. Completely safe. The 4060 Ti, you shouldn't buy it if you don't need CUDA and NVIDIA's first-party feature. You don't need to look at it. It's not a great value. And now let's talk about the RX 7700 XT. It has came down in price. AMD officially cut down the price. Now it costs $420. It gives you good rasterization performance, but the RX 6800 XT, the 6800, if you can find this GPU lower than 400, which you will, although there's an old generation GPU, it performs exactly the same as the RX 7700 XT, even in some areas a little better, and it also has more VRAM, so that means you will be a little bit of future-proofed. But here's a disclaimer that you should remember always: in PC industry, there is nothing called future-proof. Now let's talk about $500. You have significant money to spend on your GPU. Now, this is my favorite price bracket, because here you are not only getting to the high end range, but also here you get the most value from a GPU. You don't compromise on significantly anything, but you gain a lot of things. But I'm gonna extend the variance of the price. I'm gonna talk about from $500 to $600 GPUs, because there are some GPUs with a little bit of extra money that offers you greater value and greater performance. The first contender for $500, if you have flat $500, you want a new GPU, don't look at anywhere else. Get a RX 7800 XT if you are planning to just game on it. It's a good GPU. It not only gives you good rasterization performance, but it also give you very comparable, very like acceptable ray tracing performance. It's not the best. Now the next option is the RTX 4070. It's a good GPU. It not only offers you good value and good performance, but also you get NVIDIA's first party features. DLSS 3, ray tracing, better ray tracing performance in the price bracket, and CUDA. Obviously, if your workflow revolves around CUDA, then you should go with the NVIDIA GPU. I have two more suggestions for you. First, if you can spend more than $500, specifically $50 more, then the RX 7900 GRE is a superb option for you. I have made a separate video regarding that GPU, which you can check out right here. In a nutshell, this GPU performs really great according to its price. It justifies the price increase, and it's also really competitive to its like competition from NVIDIA, specifically the RTX 4070 Super, which is another suggestion for this price bracket. I talk about rasterization performance. If I talk about competitiveness, the RX 7900 GRE is still a great option. Now, what if you have $800 to spend on a GPU? Here you have two options, both from NVIDIA and AMD. From AMD side, you can go with RX 7900 XT. Comes around $750. Even sometimes you can find it at a lower price. And from NVIDIA side, you have RTX 4070 Ti Super. With this GPU, you will not only be able to play ray trace game in 1440p, but you can push this GPU in 4K, and if you lower your settings in 4K a little bit, you can get really decent enough performance. The RX 7900 XT is not one of my best option because I think it should have been $50 less. If it was $699, $700 GPU, I would outright suggest you to buy it. But although it still offers decent enough value, so with both of them, you cannot go wrong. If you go with NVIDIA side, you'll be paying a little more, but you would be getting a little more. Now, lastly, what if you have more than $800? What if you can buy the highest end or the flagship GPU that anybody has to offer? Well, then you just have only three options: the RX 7900 XTX, the RTX 4080 Super, and the RTX 4090. Now, the RTX 4090 is the flagship GPU for this generation. So currently in the market, there is no GPU that delivers more performance than this one. Now, the RTX 4080 Super, again, it gives you flagship performance at a budget. The budget is $1,000. And this RX 7900 XTX is AMD's flagship GPU. Three of the GPU are competitive. Three of the GPU cost close to $1,000 or over $1,000. The RTX 4090 cost more than $1,500. So if you have that kind of money and you want to buy a GPU, or you have that kind of money to spend on a GPU, then I would suggest you don't look at any benchmark. Just get the most expensive one you can get, because obviously you have a ton of money, or you must be a YouTuber, a big YouTuber, I would say. And if you are one, why are you watching my video? But at the end of the day, all the GPUs that I have suggested you, none of the GPUs are good. Most of the GPUs are overpriced. Most of the GPUs should be $50 to $20 lower than what they are. And this is the current state of the industry. This generation, we only got underwhelming overpriced GPUs from both AMD and NVIDIA. Because of this reason, if you have a GPU that is capable enough for playing the games that you are playing, then I would suggest you hold your horses, wait for few months, then both AMD and NVIDIA will launch their next generation GPU, and we are hoping that with next generation, not only the price to performance gonna be better, but also we're gonna see really decent enough GPUs. And for that reason, again, if you have a good enough GPU, don't upgrade. But this is it for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you haven't, then hit dislike. It's free. You can do it. Do whatever you want, man. But if you want to watch more videos from us, check out this video right here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, well, you can do it by here. And there's Akash. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.